Well, we're going to try this a third time today. I'm having some technical difficulties, but I want to welcome you to our Thankful Thursdays devotion on April 23rd. I'm Pastor Reggie, and every week we gather and give thanks for the amazing gifts that are happening in our lives. And today I want to begin by sharing with you a joyful surprise. It comes from a gospel lesson. The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 14, verse 13 through 20. It's the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000. When Jesus had heard what had happened, he withdrew by boat privately to a solitary place. Hearing of this, the crowds followed him on foot from the towns. When Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them, and he healed their sick. At evening time approached, the disciples came to Jesus and said, "This is a remote place, and it's already getting late. Send the crowds away so they can go into the village and buy themselves some food." Jesus replied, "They don't need to go away. Give them something to eat." "We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish," the disciples answered. "Bring them here to me," Jesus said. And he directed the people to sit down on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied, and the disciples picked up 12 baskets of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate were about 5,000 men, and besides women and children. Here ends the reading. Well, it must have been a surprise for these 5,000 men, women, and children who had originally come to listen to Jesus. But to their surprise, they came and got something else. They came and they got their fill in their bellies. You know, I love surprises, at least the joy-filled surprises that we all have in life. Surprises like a dent in my car door is not the kind of surprise that I like. Today, I want to say that I am thankful for all those joy-filled surprises that we encounter in life. You know, just this last week, I want to share a joy-filled surprise. This week, I got a text from a friend of mine. He's actually a member here at church, and we share the same passion. As a kid, I grew up collecting baseball cards, football cards, and even as a young adult, and even now in my 40s, I'd love to collect baseball cards, football cards. There's something about collecting them. It's just a passion of mine. And of course, he knew that. And he texted me and says, "Hey, can I drop off a gift for you?" And I said, "Well, thank you for thinking of me. It's very generous of you." And he stopped by my house, and his gift that he gave was an amazing gift. It was an entire box of 1991 Fleer football cards, and every pack remains unopened. You can imagine my surprise at seeing this. It brought back so many memories of when I was a kid opening up those cards. What about your life? What about those joy-filled surprises and those joy-filled moments where you receive a gift? Or maybe it's that joy-filled time that you bring into someone else's life. I want to give thanks today to God for all those moments and all those gifts. We close in a word of prayer. Oh Lord God, thank you for the joy-filled surprises that you offer us. Help us to see that all the gifts that we have are a blessing. And thank you for those who offered those gifts. Well, today, as we give thanks for all the joy-filled gifts, I give thanks for you for tuning in today. Hopefully you heard this sound this time. I'm still working out some bugs. Have a great day. Be well and be safe.